All right, members of the culture. I am Ra, and you are here. Welcome in, welcome in. We're back with another Let's Talk About It then. Like I told you guys, we got some reviews coming. Y'all thought I was playing? Nope, nope, just as sure as I'm bald, which ties into thank you for listening to a bald guy on the internet. But just as sure as I'm bald, I'm back. So thank you for listening to a bald guy on the internet. Shout out to all of our subscribers, followers, people that have engaged with us in any way, shape, form, or fashion across various media platforms. Thank you to all of our supporters out there, fellow sister and brother channels. We shout out all the time. We're here to talk about something. So, there's this whole war heating up right now between Jada Toys and the fine folks over at Storm Collectibles. I support both. I am not on one side of the war. Let me be clear on that. I don't pick a side. As long as you got quality products on side A and side B, I'm a happy consumer. That's why when someone said the Jada versus Storm War, the winners are the consumers because they both put out quality figures and they're trying to one up each other. So as they increase in quality and put out better products, the winners are us, the consumers, right? So with that being said, let's talk about it then. All right. So who we talking about? That would be my main man, the newly released Ken Masters by the fine folks over at Storm Collectibles. This is the Street Fighter Alpha 3 Ken Masters. An amazing sculpt right there, as you can clearly see. Anyone that played those games back in the day, PlayStation or Saturn or wherever you might have played it, knows how awesome those games were and loved this look. This was a departure from what we were playing, which was at that time Street Fighter 2. And, I can't remember exactly where in the Street Fighter line we were. I know we were on 2. At least 2 had come out before they decided to go the whole alpha thing and go back and do a prequel basically and show Keanu Ryu's journey, as well as other characters too, because that roster did grow to include uh, pretty much all of your fan favorites back in the day, right? That's when we first saw the real buffs I got that we're getting now, because before Street Fighter, 2 in the Champion Edition, we had just seen, skinny Sagat. He's still a badass, but he was slender. All of a sudden, we got this buff, jack, cut, shredded Sagat, which is probably how he really looked anyway. Let's be real about it, because the Sagat, as awesome as he was and as frustrating as he was in Street Fighter 2 and Champion Edition, he did look like maybe he was a crackhead. I'm just saying, if you look at his height, 7'4", but he looked like he weighed, 96 pounds. Anyway, let me not get off on that tangent. This is the Street Fighter Alpha 3 Ken Masters by Storm Collectibles. Just a balling figure. He has drop down hips, double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. Um, just an amazing job on the sculpt completely. He does not have a butterfly ring, so just bringing that to you. I'm sorry, I apologize. He does. What am I saying? Am I on drugs? Butterfly ring included here on the shoulder. So he has butterfly joints, double jointed elbows, knees. I mean, just fantastic. Oh, and in case I didn't mention pinless, by the way, pinless double jointed elbows and knees and butterfly joints. This is an amazing figure. Storm Collectibles has outdone themselves, in my opinion. I have heard of people complaining that the joints are tight, and I guess that could be in some people's cases. And in this one, as you can clearly see, that's not been our experience. The joints here are not stiff. They work very, very well. They're very loose. We don't have any issues at all with the one that we got. So if you're suffering those issues, by and large, I think I apologize that that happens, but here that just hasn't been our experience. This Ken has been fantastic. Um, I mean, he might be a tad bit stiff right here by the thigh area, just a little bit, but that'd be a nitpick. Other than that, like he moves fine. I don't have any issues at all. But I'm gonna let you get one more close up on the face. Look at that. The detail and the sculpt that Storm Collectibles did is fantastic. No shade on Jada, but Storm definitely knows what they're doing as well. You guys know I'm a Storm Collectibles fan. I have the bosses up there. He comes in this cool box that shows you some of the many poses you could put him into right here. Um, Background art from the game that's in there that you could pose him on there. Just amazing. Comes with a stand and actually a pretty quality stand if you want to know the truth. That's adjustable in height so you can move him up and down so he could do all of his trademark moves from the game, you know. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the proper name of the hurricane kick, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But he comes with flame effects. Um, everything is there. I seem to have sat him down somewhere, but he trust me, he does have them. It's on the box right here, just in case you're wondering. There it is. Flame effect on the fist. That's there and the stand. Just and a great box. That brings back memories right there. Anyone that played the game should remember this picture because that's his character select, and it had that running in the background. If you remember from Alpha 3, that was there when you picked them. But yeah, an amazing job. And that shouldn't really be a surprise, to tell you the truth. That shouldn't come as a surprise. Storm Collectibles has been in the game a long time. They clearly know what they're doing. They are taking the whole competition with Jada very, very seriously. So I mean, I don't blame them. I think, as you guys know how I feel about competition. Competition is healthy. So if someone makes you up, if you're good at something, but someone can make you up your game, then by all means, that is a good thing. So as I said, we're all the winners in this war. I hope they continue to give us quality figures like this and like the ones that Jada has, because we have a review coming up of the Amazing Vega for Jada Toys. So for Ken, as I said, I've mentioned everything that he already has. He has everything you would be looking for. The sculpt is awesome. The articulation is great. No issues at all. Great accessory pack in. If you are wondering by now, you should know off our new review system. It's simply pass or fail based off of everything in between. Ken is absolutely a pass. He passes with flying colors. Get this figure. All right. You can go to Big Bad Toy Store. You have a lot of options. I think the hours came from Big Bad Toy Store, but you do have a bunch of different options and places in which to go to get him, I'm sure, because I don't think he's exclusive. But by all means, folks, this war is just getting started and we're winning. But this Ken, absolutely a pass, deserves to be in your Street Fighter shelf collection, whether you're a Storm fan, whether you're a Jada fan. And we will be comparing these figures head to head in the future. You'll see Ken versus Ken or Ryu versus Ryu, Sagat versus Sagat. There's going to be a bunch of comparison videos coming. So please, please, please keep your eyes open for that. But we definitely have more reviews coming as they keep dropping them out. It's an awesome time, man. I'm excited and happy about it. You know, I get a little giddy sometimes when it comes to describing action figures because that's just something that figures is part of what we do here. You know, it's our life. We absolutely love them. We just talked about the Dragon Man, how awesome he was. That review is up on the channel. But by all means, folks, this is a pass. If you have any questions about it, you know, Google it. I'm sure there's other reviews that are more in depth that can tell you more about it. But listen, that the $30 war between Jada and Storm is only getting started, and for $30, they are putting out some bangers. So Hasbro, if you're listening, you can do it. You can make great figures and not charge an arm and leg. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. But in any case, thank you, Jada Toys, for starting this war. Thank you for giving Storm Collectibles, bringing them back in the game with something else to do, since they gave us Mortal Kombat, which I love, but we won't go off on that tangent. In any case, once again, Ken Masters Alpha 3, complete pass. Definitely go out and cop that. Put it in your collection. And stay tuned to the channel. We got more reviews coming. You guys know that. So until we meet again, by all means, folks, please continue to stay collecting. Please continue to stay tuned. And above all, please continue to stay great. For myself, for Ken Masters, and even Dragon Man, who's not even part of the review, but he's just so large, he's here. We'll see you on the next one.